Inner Colors is a podcast for people healing from religious trauma and reconnecting with their emotional lives. Through Theopoetic reflection, storytelling, colors, and imagination, we explore emotional intelligence by connecting feelings with the colors we feel inside. A space for the spiritually curious, the religiously wounded, and anyone learning how to feel again. Welcome. If you can hear my voice, you're now in a between space and in a process of revealing your inner colors. In this particular space, we are expressing and sharing our feelings, emotions, and energies in relation to colors. This season explores the foundational emotional energies many of us were never given permission to understand, especially in religious environments where feelings were labeled good, bad, or sinful. Each episode helps listeners name, understand, and reclaim a core emotional color. If love felt conditional, safety can feel unfamiliar. Growth might feel dangerous instead of natural. Today's color is green, the color of forests after rain, new leaves reaching toward light, grass beneath your feet. Green is the color of safety, growth, and the slow, steady rhythm of becoming. But green also carries a feeling many of us don't like to admit: envy. And both safety and envy tell us something important about what it means to be human. Green is the emotional experience of settling. It's what happens when your nervous system begins to feel safe enough to soften, when your body is embracing for impact, when life feels sustainable. In its healthy expression, green shows up as balance, stability, renewal, a sense that growth is possible. Green is not dramatic, it's steady. It's the feeling of being rooted enough to expand. Metaspiritually, green is the spirituality of embodiment. It reminds us that healing isn't only about transcendence, it's about feeling safe in your body, your life, and your present moment. Green says, you don't have to escape to be okay. You can belong right here. But when safety has been rare, green can feel unfamiliar, even suspicious. You might notice restlessness when things are calm, difficulty trusting stability, a sense that you always have to be on guard. And then there's envy. Envy often gets labeled as ugly or sinful, but envy is simply the ache of seeing something you long for in someone else. Maybe you envy someone's freedom, their confidence, their loving relationships, or their peace. Underneath envy is a message: I want that too. Envy is unrecognized desire. It's not a moral failure. It's information about your unmet needs and unrealized dreams. Green asks us not to shame envy, but to listen to it. Because growth begins with acknowledging what we long for. Reclaiming green starts with nervous system safety, not perfect safety, not a life with no problems, but moments where your body learns, I'm okay right now. This can look like resting without guilt, saying no without panic, letting good things last without waiting for them to fall apart. And when envy arises, instead of pushing it away, you might ask, what does this reveal about what I want more of in my life? What small steps could move me towards that? Growth doesn't happen. Growth doesn't have to be dramatic to be real. Most growth is quiet, like roots spreading underground. Green is permission to grow slowly, not through pressure, not through fear, but through nourishment. To reclaim green is to say, I'm allowed to build a life that feels safe enough for me to expand. That's not selfish. That's healing. If you feel safe and comfortable, close your eyes. Imagine a gentle green light around you. Feel the ground beneath your feet, solid, supportive. Let this green energy move through your body, especially where you feel tension. Ask yourself, where in my life do I already have some safety? What would help me feel 5% more supported? What longing might my envy be pointing me towards? No rush. Growth happens in its own time. Just breathe. Let yourself be held by the color of steady becoming. And in our closing thoughts, green is not here to rush you. Green is here to remind you that healing can be gentle, that safety can be built, that growth can be slow and still be real. Your envy is not proof that you are ungrateful. It's proof that something inside you still hopes. Feel your feelings. Trust your colors. And remember, you are allowed to grow at the speed of safety.
Thinking about starting a podcast but don't know where to begin? Do you want to improve the quality of your podcast? Struggling with podcast editing and post-production? Want to enhance your podcast's storytelling? Ready to take your podcast to the next level? Discover how Lost Raven Studios podcast consulting can walk with you. Visit our website and schedule a free consultation.